Hello guys, welcome to my video. So guys, have a blessed day. So we're going to read Preaching in Galilee and Training as Apostles. So before I read, we're going to pray. So one exercise, please. Dear Heavenly Father, for this day, thank for everything, thank for trying to live. So please help me and my family and friends. Please help my family and friends. For homeless and sickness is afraid, poverty is help. In my name, amen. So we're going to read Preaching in Galilee and Training Apostles. So you could read the whole story in the Bible in Matthew chapter 9, Mark chapter 6, and Luke chapter 9. Or you could read Matthew chapter 9, verse 35 through chapter 10, verse 15, Mark chapter 6, verse 6 through 11, and Luke chapter 9, verse 1 through 5. Let's start reading. Jesus has been preaching intensely for some 2 years. Is it now time to take it easy? On the contrary, Jesus spends his preaching activity by sending out on a tour of all cities and villages of Galilee, teaching in the synagogues and preaching the good news of the kingdom, and curing every sort of disease and every sort of infirmity. Matthew chapter 9 verse 35. Acts chapter 9 verse 35. Jesus went out on a tour of all cities and villages, teaching in the synagogues and preaching the good news of the kingdom, and curing every sort of disease. What he sees convinces him of the need to expand the preaching work, but how will he accomplish this? As he travels, Jesus sees people in the need of spiritual healing and comfort. They're like sheep without shepherds, getting thrown out about. He feels pity for them and tells about the disciples. Yes, the harvest is great, but the workers are few. Therefore beg the master of the harvest to send out workers into his harvest. Matthew chapter 9, verse 37 and 38. Mark chapter 9, verse 37 and 38. He said to his disciples, yes, the harvest is great, but the workers are few. Therefore beg the master of the harvest to send out workers into his harvest. Jesus knows what will help. He summons the 12 apostles and divides them into pairs, making 6 teams of preachers. He then gives them clear instructions. Do not go off into the road of the nations, and do not enter any Samaritan city, but instead go continually to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. As you go, preach, saying, the kingdom of the heavens has drawn near. Matthew chapter 10, verse 5 through 7. Mark chapter 10, verse 5 through 7. These 12 Jesus sent out, giving them these instructions: do not go off to the road of nations, and do not enter any Samaritan city, but instead go continue to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So go preach, saying, the kingdom of the heavens has drawn near. The kingdom they are to preach about is the one Jesus spoke of in the model prayer. The kingdom has drawn near in the sense that God is saying that King Jesus Christ is present. What thou will prove that disciples truly present this kingdom government. Just empower them to kill the sick and even raise the dead. All of this at no charge. How then will apostles care for their own needs, such as their daily food? Jesus tells disciples not to make their own material preparation for this preaching tour. They're not to get gold, silver, or copper for their purchase. They do not even need a food house for a chip. No extra island garments or sandals. Why not? Jesus shows them. The worker deserves his food. Matthew chapter 10, verse 10. Matthew chapter 10, verse 10. Or the food pouch for the trip, or 2 garments or sandals, or a staff, for the worker deserves his food. The people they find who appreciate the message will help care for the disciples' basic needs. Jesus says, wherever you enter into a home, stay there until you leave that place. Mark chapter 6 verse 10. Mark chapter 6 verse 10. For he said to them, wherever you enter the home, stay there until you leave that place. Jesus also gives instruction on how to approach householders with the kingdom message, saying, when you enter the house, greet the household. The house is deserving, let the peace you worship come upon it. But if it's not deserving, let the peace from you return upon you. Wherever anyone does not receive you or listen to your words, or going out of that house, all that city, shake the dust off your feet. Matthew chapter 10, verse 12 through 14. Matthew chapter 10, verse 12 through 14. When you enter the house, greet the household. If the house is serving, let the peace you worship come upon it. But if it is deserving, not deserving, let the peace from you return upon you. If everyone does not receive you or listen to your words on going out that house or that city, shake the dust off your feet. It could even be that an entire city or village rejects the message. What does that mean? What does that mean for such a place? Jesus revealed that severe adverse judgment will result. He explains, "Truly I say to you, it will be more endurable for the land of Sodom and Gomorrah on Judgment Day than for that city." Matthew chapter 10, verse 15. Matthew chapter 10, verse 15. It says, "Truly I say to you, it will be more endurable for the land of Sodom and Gomorrah on Judgment Day than for that city." Okay, so that was the story, and now we're going to read the questions, okay? The first question is, and when does Jesus begin another preaching tour of Galilee, and what does he know about the people? The second question is, how does Jesus send out the 12 apostles, and with what instructions? And the third question is, what sense has the kingdom drawn near? I'm going to say it again. The first question is, when does Jesus begin a preaching tour of Galilee, and what does he know about the people? The second question is, how does Jesus send out the 12 apostles, and with what instructions? The third question is, in what sense has the kingdom drawn near? So that was the story, and that was the question. And this is about Jesus again tours Galilee, and he sends the apostles out to preach. And you could read the story again in the Bible in Matthew chapter 9, and chapter 10, Mark chapter 6, and Luke chapter 9. Or you could read Matthew chapter 9, verse 35 through chapter 10, verse 15, and Mark chapter 6, verse 6 to 11, and Luke chapter 9, verse 1 to 5. So that was the story. It was preaching in Galilee and training the apostles. So I hope you guys have a blessed day, and bye.